What's the name of that video?
Don't bring me crap like this.
Oh, but you already had the bike over here. Alright, this is what the bike transmission looked like after he took it halfway apart.
And cleaned it.
Oh, that's been cleaned? I don't know, I can still see all the rust. Let's get that clean. Sounds good.
Yep. Yeah. Sounds pretty mean when you pull up to a light. You have to shift.
Yeah, that sounds nice. So there's a few issues with some of the parts. The bearing surfaces are a little bit used. The countershaft bearings look like they were coming apart in there a little bit. Both sides. And it looks like it's spinning the case too. That's even better. I think that might still be usable. The rollers are experienced. That still looks good. That's good. That's good. That's good. This is still good. Still has teeth on it. I get some salt in there. Salt in
Whatever
the
the cleaner was.
Salt in the wounds there a little bit. And here's a nice cherry third gear. Oh, I mean, this is low gear, excuse me. Low gear. This one's actually usable. Teeth are a little experienced, but it's alright. Dogs look good, so this one's probably not the best. Let me see. No, that tooth is in there. No broken teeth yet. That's still kind of usable. This is experienced too, but it's usable. Bushings are I'm sure fine. Alright. What on my foot? That hurt my foot. It landed right on top.
Oh, not on the hard part?
No, it went on the bent part where it hurts when it hits it, but it didn't hurt this now. We protected the part that fell on the floor. So this one here is got a little extra rust holes in there for lubrication purposes. So this is not quite as bad as the one that you have over here. There's that one. So we're going to see if we're going to use this one or not. So he dug up a free tranny gear set here. So this is for a late bike, this is for the early bike. So this here is usable. I think it's the right length, we'll find out. So these gears here are like brand new, so we're going to use these. Here's your third gear. It's a little bit used. Teeth are still on there though, so probably use that too. And we need a dog. Where's the dog? Oh, that's still in there. We don't know the condition of the dog yet.
Pretty bad.
This one's experienced, but it works better than maybe the other one. This is definitely bad through here, but I think it's a different year. Now, but the parts we can use out of it is low gear, if it matches yours. Actually, if it matches this one too. Let's see, this one's peckering out right here a little bit too. It's used. It's all right. Where's your low gear? Yep. Does it match? Put them together.
No. Oh, the bushing will.
Flip them over. The other way, dumbass. The other way. Flip it. There you go. Do they match?
Appears so.
Line up teeth. Tooth count the same? Diameter the same?
No.
What's different?
Tooth count, as far as I can tell.
It's lined up on my side. Is it lined up on your side?
It appears to be lined up, but it still appears to be slightly off.
You said it's different. If it's the same all the way around, it's the same. What's different?
It just appeared that they were slightly off.
It appears that your eyes are no good? Okay, so we have a gear here to use that might be better than that other one, as long as all the teeth are still on this one. So check to make sure all the teeth are on that one. Here's another one of these if we like this one better. This one's good, but you got to take the snap ring off in here to get it off. If this one's a good gear. If it is, we're going to use this one. The cluster we cannot use. This here we can use. Now this is FL gearing because this has a big ass gear in it. Now if you want to change the gear ratio, you have to use an FX gear set, which means there's different parts. These are different These have different tooth counts.
Isn't an FX a late model?
So this one's different, this one's different. Well, FX being 70s, but that's not really different. So right now this is an FL transmission. Now this is your high gear here, which is pretty rusty, so I don't think this is going to be very good. This one's not going to work because it's going to come apart again. And we still need a cluster, a counter shaft, because this one's usable, but it's the wrong year, so you can't use it. That means this is no good, because see it has Torrington bearings in here, not loose needles. You take loose needles. Alright, so you gotta get this off. So you can get a screwdriver, pop that snap ring, try to save it, because it's probably better than the one you got. We're gonna have to take this worm gear off here for the speedometer if you want to run a speedo. If you don't give a shit about a speedo, then you don't need that gear off.
No, I don't care.
So because this gear here looks like it might be better than that gear.
Yeah.
So that'll help. Where's your kicker gear? Your big one.
Not in this pile.
Okay, we need to look at your kicker gear. Now, this one here is a brand new aftermarket that has been experienced because they're junk. So, look at your gear when you get home. If this plate's good, you cut these rivets off, get this plate, you glue it on, you get the plate off yours, you glue it onto this one. Weld them together, now you got a new gear. With good plates. Because the Harley plates are the good part.
Yeah, the teeth on my gear is what sheared off.
Right. So if your plate's good, with some work, you can make it work.
Just grind those rivets out?
Yep, grind it all off, weld it back together, little rosette weld it right in the holes. Boom, you got another gear.
It's a good trick.
Otherwise you got to buy a new gear. And if you always see new gears aren't that good, they break. They don't hold up.
Make a Frankenstein gear.
Alright, so we need some other parts. So the other pile is over here in my pile.
Should I bring any of this stuff?
I don't need your crap, I got enough of my own crap. So over here we got some third gears here, some more third gears. Here's the high gear that looks like it might possibly be usable, I don't know yet. Here's another one here that might be usable. Now the early high gear has a groove cut in here. The late gear that goes all the way across. That's the difference.
Does one work better?
See how this one goes all the way across back in here?
I see it.
So that is the late gear. That matches that late.
Differently.
That matches that late shaft. These main shafts are different lengths too. There's 3 different lengths. So most of the stuff inside of here doesn't look all that good. So here's another high gear here. This one here, the bearing area might be usable. I don't know. Looks like it's halfway decent. Threads are there. We don't know the condition of bushings. I gotta look at the teeth. These teeth here have a little bit of rust in them. You gotta make sure that they still got all the teeth on it. So here's a couple different ones of these to choose from. You might be able to make them work. This one here looks like it's going to be a late gear. See how it's got this solid thing out here, or has that got a washer on there? Can't tell.
I think
that's part of the gear.
Yeah.
So that makes this a late gear. That means it will not work. This is a late seal, so this might be all the late. This is like an 80. 80, 81 style gear setup. So we probably got 2 gears here to choose from. Some of this stuff in here might be sort of usable. This counter shaft is, you can see it's all worn away. It's junk. So that one's no good. There's some other parts and pieces in there, so maybe use some of that. This is the correct cluster gear, but it's a very nice one, so that costs money. But it's cheaper than buying a new one. Okay, there's another late cluster gear right here. You can see it has bearings in it, see?
Yeah.
So that's no good. Junk. And here's some dogs and stuff if we need them, but I think you already got dogs that are usable. So here's your cluster gears, your third gears, your second gears, which you've already got over there. Now if you want to make a gear ratio change, then you got to change up the gear ratios. You have to change out these low gears to a different size. And these look like they're all FLs. See how they all look like they're all big ones? So these are probably all FL.
So FX changed your ratio to be less RPM or just less gap between shifting, right?
They went from a 310. See the difference?
Oh, I do.
This is an FX.
So you get more evenly spaced shifts.
They raised up low gear closer to second. Everything else is the same.
Okay, so your final is the same.
So this is an FX gear, so you have to find the matching gear that goes with it, which is the cluster gear over here.
This matches that?
We have to, I don't know, we have to compare this to yours. So this one looks like it's pretty equal here, so it probably takes the big gear.
That's fine.
Actually, we're on the wrong one. We're on low gear. That's this cluster gear here. To make these in different tooth counts.
Oh, okay.
So this is low, this is second. So you have to look through these and see if you have one that has a different tooth count.
They look the same.
You have to compare them. They look the same, but you have to compare the tooth count. So are the teeth lined up on your side? They're on my side.
Yeah, they are.
So that means it's the same. Now they also had a different second gear on the real late bikes. They screwed around that, and that was like an 82. They did another bogus change in systems, just enough to confuse you. These all look like they're about the same.
Yep, teeth are the same on this.
Same on your side?
Yeah.
Don't look the same to me.
Yeah, they are. Now they're lined up.
Yep, same one. So my guess these are all the same. That's why they're sitting here. Because if I had the one that matched the other gear, it would have been used up already. So, how about your side?
Yep.
Okay, so these are all FL, which is what you have in. I assume that's what you have in the pile, but you have to go look at your pile to see what gear you have. So we have to compare stuff to see what we have. So that's how these all work. It's just a matter of matching up what you got for years and stuff. Okay, so go. Your low gear was a big one, but I don't know what's in Smitty's transmission. So go see if his low gear matches up to this one, or matches to the small one. So yeah, that's how you do it. You just got to find components that will fit. So the FX is not going to help you unless you buy a new gear.
We can just set it up FL. That's what it was before.
That's what we're going to do because it's cheap. But I don't know what this is. So the next thing I compare the tooth count. You have to count these teeth here and count the one in yours because that's the only cluster gear we've got so far that looks usable. We had one other one that looked kind of crappy to choose from, but
Count the one inside mine or Smitty's?
oh,
Smitty's.
count them all.
Okay.
If they all match, then you're the same. Let's see, that was an early, late one there. That's a late one there. There's another early one here. Here's another early one here. A little bit of rust right there. So here's another one. That came out of one of my trannies.
I got 17 on both. They're the same.
Here's another one to choose from. So anyway, that's what we got to play with. All right.
Pick all this up.
Well, we're still got to find a counter shaft. Where's all my counter shafts at? If I have any. There's more main shafts. More gears. These are real close ratio. When you have a groove in it like that, that's a late gear. That's going to be a FX gear. And there's the other one right there.
That's the FX.
But this is 8084.
So that won't fit on.
But it's used. It's vintage used. See the vintage part?
Yeah.
But that's okay. That's low gear. How long are you in low gear?
Like 10 feet.
There you go. So
Sometimes you just take off in second and you're like, wow, this works way better.
here's low gear. Yep, they look like they ran together. So there's an FX low gear if you want to do an FX low. We'll have to see if we can make that match. Now second gear might be different.
Is that a noticeable change?
And I'm guessing this is probably a second gear because it's oddball. So we got to count these teeth and see if this is the correct second gear.
So do these have the same teeth as those? The counter shafts?
Those are different. 24 tooth, 80 to 84. 24, 25 tooth, 80 to 86. Yeah, this is all the oddball stuff. That's what they use on FXWGs, FXBs. It's just the shit they were using on these bikes. So these are all, these have to match. These three pieces have to match in order to be used. They all will fit in all the bikes. You just have to, these three just have to all match.
Oh yeah, makes sense.
Just like the early ones, all three have to match. You can't mix.
Makes sense.
So it looks like I have enough stuff here to make a complete late 80s bike, which second gear is raised up really high.
Yeah.
Which puts second pretty close to third, so it gives you a nice close range training like a Sportster. It basically makes the bike like a Sportster on taking off. You're on a real light bike, so that's okay, but
We'd save that for somebody who really needs it.
if you were on an FL bike, then it'd be kind of a dog taking off. Well, it's all screwed up, it doesn't really matter. This gear's screwed. This is right there in your quality range, so it's not like it's good parts here. So we just pick out the worst second gear, and you get that one too, I guess.
Cool.
That one looks rusty, so that must be the worst one.
Nice.
It's hard to tell, though. You never know. The dogs dictate. The dogs look okay on that one. These look really nice on this one.
But it's rusty.
It's right.
It's got some dust bunnies.
Well, it might be rust or just might be dirt. It's hard to tell. It's dirt. It rubbed off.
Cool.
So, see, there's no markings of what that is, so I'll be confused.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's some numbers there.
24.
Alright, so there's a set for that if you want to go that route. If you want to use your other one, we
this
can
makes it quicker off the jump?
No, it makes it slower.
Slower off the jump. Oh, nice.
It raises low gear way up. It puts low gear about where second gear is now.
Oh, so you
And
really...
second gear goes up closer to third, and third's in the same spot.
So you kind of slip the clutch a little to take off.
You will have to definitely do things a little differently, yes. Put that over there. So this is close ratio shit. So we'll make a decision if you want to do that or not. If you do, it's sitting here. If we don't want to do that, we can do. You got enough stuff over there to go either way.
Does that give you any benefit at all?
It gets you moving quicker. Once you get going in low gear, you start shifting. But you have to get going first, no matter how you ride.
True.
If you got real tall overall gearing, then it'd be a dog off the line.
I think I got a 23.
That ain't much. If you have like a 24, 25, especially you got a 25 on the motor and a 25 on the tranny and a 51 or a 58 or 51 on the back wheel, that'll definitely be a tall geared bike.
I think I got 24 on the tranny.
If you have a stroker motor, it'll pull anything. If you got a 74 inch, it'll be a dog.
I got 23 motor, 24 tranny, 51 wheel.
Yeah, you're average gearing. You're not normal. You're normal street gearing, which is taller than stock, but it's normal street gearing. So I'm not seeing counter shafts anywhere. My guess is because I don't have any of them that are any good. Because I don't see any. Let's see, there's something right there. It's another late one right there. Looks like another late gear maybe in there too. Those are no good. Alright, so I think you're going to have to actually spend money for a counter shaft because I don't see anything around here that's going to work.
That's all good.
Yeah, nope, nothing in there. Yeah, you have to spend money.
Alright.
Maybe we have to go up here and buy real parts. Buy new parts. We gotta look through some more junk boxes. We got a lot of junk boxes around here. Let's see, there's another tranny. Here's another one over here.
That's nice. Baby.
This is a chrome tranny. Well, it's late shit already, so we got a problem. See? That ain't gonna fly. It's a 77, 78 gearbox, so that doesn't help you. Alright, so there you go. So you gotta get all this stuff cleaned up, figure out what you're gonna do. So we got these two here to choose from.
Which one would you run? The rusty one?
Whichever one you're not using is the one that I'm going to use. So you're going to get the crappiest one.
Alright, that's that one.
That is hopefully not rusted too awful bad in the teeth, in the bearing areas, I mean. You want to actually be able to ride the bike a little bit. I would say probably this one. This one here, it's got a little bit of surface rust, but I'm not sure how much. Definitely got some rust on the teeth. But the bearing area, it's probably will clean up. We have to actually clean it. So this one probably has the most rust on it, so it's probably the worst. It's definitely got the worst teeth. And this one's probably number 2, and this is the best one here, I think.
So it looks like this one's going in that bike.
Don't know. We got this one here too, so who knows. This one here looks pretty nice, this gear. This one over here is junk. And this one over here might work also. So, put that on the shaft. How much clearance we got? Wobble it.
Not much.
Put it over where it runs.
Barely moves.
And this one?
Tight. Very tight.
I thought you said it barely moved. Now you got a new one. Now you got a tight one.
Yeah, it's tight.
That one might be a little bit better on the bush, you know?
Yeah.
This one has a big red mark on it for some reason. It's got a chip right there, like I care. You got 5 other ones.
Yeah.
Alright, so this bushing's a little bit looser than this one.
A lot looser.
Seal needs to be come out anyway.
That might contribute to it.
Yeah. Alright, so those got 2 of those to go from. This we're not using. This we don't know. We're going to keep. Some of these washing stuff we might be reusing. We're going to be reusing this thing here, I'm guessing. Definitely going to be using this. That third gear looks pretty rough.
Yeah.
This one here's got issues too, but the dogs are all there. Teeth are definitely not rusty like that one. No, this one didn't have roughy teeth. Alright, so one of those 2 we'll use. This is good. This is wrong. You just gotta get that second gear off of there. I think yours is better than this. Where's yours at? This one.
Oh, that one.
This is definitely better condition than that one, so we'll use that one. So this is the junk pile here, so you need to get this gear off so we can use it. Some of the stuff we might be able to reuse, I don't know. And I don't know what's inside of this bag.
More junk, I think.
Yes, it is a junk bag, that's why it's in there. There could be a reason why it's there. I'm thinking maybe this might be better than yours.
Yeah.
This case race, so you might be using that, even though it looks horrible. It's better than yours. Here's one of these.
Oh.
This one's kind of usable still, but it's not very good, but it's better than yours, but that's not saying much. Oh, that's the bad one. That's a bearing. That's left of a bearing. Here's another third gear. It's a little worn, but not too bad. Relative speaking, it is. This one here is rounded off pretty heavily. Hopefully yours is better here. Yeah, that one's pretty nice looking, so I definitely would use that one. This one's pretty rounded over. Shift forward. Here's one of these that you might need.
Yeah.
It's definitely not the best in the world, but it's better than yours. Now, if you want to seal it up so it doesn't leak, we can't use it because this has that groove in it to leak through.
Oh.
So if you want to stop your oil leakage, we're not going to be able to use this thing.
Not really interested.
This is pretty eaten up, so I don't think I'd recommend using that.
I got a pretty good one of those at home.
Someone broke this one.
Oh, nice. They don't come like that?
No, they don't come that way. It's still a good bearing, but they broke it, so... Depending on which way the load goes, that might be the good way or the bad way. You have to figure which way it rotates on the bike.
In a pinch.
It goes this direction, so that's the bad side. Yeah, so that's not good. It's turning this way, so that's bad.
Yeah.
Here's a better spring maybe, but...
Yeah, it's better than mine.
And this second gear here is about on par with yours. I'd use that.
Yeah.
And this is the countershaft already dug out this junk. This is a different one. This one will be junk for in a while, but right now it's still usable, but it's going to get rusty. It's going to get crappy pretty quickly. See all the rust marks?
Yeah.
That will pit out real quickly. So I'd still recommend getting a new one of these.
Yeah.
Unless the cluster we're going to use looks just the same, then just reuse them. If this has rust inside the bearing races, then these two would match up because they're both junk.
Mm-hmm.
You put new rollers in it and you get 5,000-10,000 miles out of it, and it'll be all you get out of it anyway.
Mm.
If you use better components, you can go for more miles. Alright, you gotta get this apart.
I need the.
So you gotta get that nut off there,
Yeah.
and you gotta get that snap ring off that's in there. Did you already get it yet?
No.
So you get that snap ring off. So once you get this bearing off, you beat the shaft that way, and that'll uncover the snap ring, pull the snap ring off, and then the shaft goes this way. That's why you see me beating on it going back and forth.
Mm.
Why is the bottom plate still on there? You feel like taking it off?
I didn't know I was supposed to.
Oh, that sounds pretty good. Alright, we'll be back.